Lionesses from across the border, Uganda.
Well, it doesn't matter where you are around the world or where you are in Kenya. If you're a Kenyan who appreciates sports in general, and specifically rugby, even more specifically women's rugby, you may want to peel your eyes here on the screen as Kenya here take on a very vibrant and determined Lady Cranes Sevens team here. And really looking at the Kenyan selection, it seems that Coach Simon has bring the changes again, bringing Janet Okello back in to work with Freshia. That looks like firepower, showing some respect here to the Uganda opposition.
Yeah, I think it's all about pace. They want to ensure that any line breaks between the two of them, they are finishers. They are able to do that. Uganda, of course, really well known for their defense. So you need some quick pace in the back line to ensure that any line break you're able to convert it, because you have to contend with Uganda's defense. They are very solid in defense. Again, I can't also blame Simon. You know, he's had big victories that probably didn't give him the best idea on the starting lineup. But this one, there is no room for error. Any slip up here, and the opportunity to win their second title for the Kenya Lionesses will be up in smoke.
Uganda women themselves showing some respect here for Kenya in terms of defense. It's Snyder there, just I think just
yeah, he just gets onto the pitch and out, surviving that clear out.
I was saying Uganda showing some tactical respect, but just in the tactics here, because usually they defend teams using 7 players upfield, especially when you're defending in your 22. But this time they were using a super.
Yeah, Oscar, I mean, Uganda look like a very settled side. You look at their lineup has been consistent for this tournament. And therefore, you will think that with ball in hand, and especially on defense, where chemistry is very important, it will show within this match.
Yes, it will. Look out for Peace Lekuru.
And suddenly the Kenya Rugby Union grounds here becoming very raucous, very loud, as the home team takes on their nemesis from Uganda. Both teams very well supported, being just neighbors here. A lot of Ugandans around, and they are loud. You'll see them on the screens very shortly. The fans have turned out. Yesterday we had Kiwanuka leading them, and on your screens there, oh, these are Kenyan fans for sure. And they are having it. They have a shouting match in the stands here. And both sets of supporters just hopeful that they will get to the finals, where they'll be awaited by South Africa. A very strong looking side, you have to say, Oscar.
One U they call themselves. Naito Thomas somewhere there, so among the fans, Naito Thomas, a Kenya international forward, plays for Impala Roads. I think Kenya also showing some respect here. Kenyan fans showing some respect for Uganda here, because
they know this one is
they know this won't be that easy.
It's a rematch of the Safari Sevens finals
on the
just
ball
a month ago.
I beg your pardon. On the ball is Samia Ayukoru.
Yeah, coming back into the 7 setup, and she's been good. Oh, what a short pass, and puncturing through Kenya's defense. There is Uganda's Gladys Nabagala. Grace Nabagala just short of the try line. Does she budge over? These are warning times here for Kenya, and they concede. Peace Lekuru at the end of that fantastic breakthrough.
Elijah, we're talking off camera about the defensive structure for Kenya, especially in the middle of the field. It looks like Coach Chris here from Uganda has noticed that and is putting a strike run right in the midfield of Kenya. Is that an area that perhaps defensively that you think Uganda wants to exploit?
I think they do. You know, it's been a chop and change for Kenya around the center pairing, and I think that really can expose you when it comes to your defensive chemistry. But that is a first try for the Uganda Cranes, the Lady Cranes, and it was a well worked out try. They put numbers at the breakdown, and then coming in against the grain, Peace Lekuru cutting back. The league player in England turning up for York Valkyrie puts Uganda ahead 5-0, and the home side have to start from 0 in this one. Quick tap and go, shifting out to the pace of Janet, then recycling it to the left side. Grace looking for a cutout pass to Naomi Amguni, carrying it back into traffic, stays on her feet, steps 1, steps 2, going through motions here, looking for support. All experience in that play as they go stepping, and that looks like penalty against Uganda. Quick tap and go from Snyder Mokaya. They have numbers out wide. Morito to Janet. Janet looking for Fresher, going into the gap, pulling the inside defender and releasing Fresher. Fresher Odor going all the way to score Kenya's first try, hitting back with 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half, Oscar.
Well, when you have Janet and Fresher on the outside, expect some pace there. How about that carry by Naomi Amguni? How good was she there in terms of evasive? She was defended at the edge of the field, but she stepped back in, handed off a couple of Ugandan defenders, Grace Nabagala among them, and then went all the way, got tackled eventually. When she came on the floor, referee says that the Ugandan defender didn't come around, I think, to contest the ruck, because Ugandans are very good in the ruck contest. And then it was a quick tap, and Janet Okello just took the ball up to the defense and then released Fresher, whose pace just took all the way to the try line. Look at that, that's Janati just defending there. Janati would be happy to see that one. That replay, Janati just trying to reach out to Fresher there. Perhaps would have maybe gone for a chop, but give some credit to Fresher.
Yeah, Janet Okello done enough to pull her inside. And Naomi Amguni, the oldest player on the Kenya Lionesses, 34 years, but it's not showing. It shows in experience, beating 4 players to set up that try. And then now Uganda working themselves back, carrying it to the defense line there. That is her signature from Samia Yukoru.
She didn't release, but I think she was penalized for that, but I think it was an advantage. And they play quickly here, Uganda.
Yeah, Susanna Dong taps and goes, releases out to the winger. Good strong carry there by Grace Nabagala. Very young, very pacey, strong with ball in hand. Again comes back to Samia. Samia takes it to the defense line, but it's a turnover. Referee calls it back. No clear release in the tackle. Grace Okulu.
She's really
looking at that try line.
She's a tricky customer. We've noticed this, Toili, Samia Yukoro.
Yeah, you must know she'll bring the ball to the defense line.
She'll bring it right up to your face. You better make a decision. She really provokes the defense, Samia. And I think Maureen, they are penalized for not releasing.
Yeah, tap and go from Uganda, not going for the scrum options, trying to use the full pitch of the width of the pitch here early on. Janati Nandundu goes into contact, big collision there coming in from Sheila Chajira, the captain, and they recycle it, identifying that gap at the middle of Kenya Lionesses defense. An intercept pass, that pass was telegraphed, and Frasha goal. Scampering, going all the way for the second try, her second try, and the second try for the Kenya Lionesses. She read that intercept quite well, Oscar.
That was well telegraphed by Freshia after thumping defensive tackle area by Sheila Chajira. No nonsense here from the Kenya captain, having none of it to that inside pass that Uganda likes to use. But I'll tell you what, give some credit here to Peace Lekuru, chasing down Freshia all the way to make sure that that conversion, yes, is difficult. And Grace has to, it's a really tricky conversion to just outside of the post. But she's a really good kicker, Grace. Unfortunately, she sent that one wide. Is that the commentator's curse, perhaps?
Yeah, but as you said, Peace.
Peace. I mean, look, I'm not reading into anything, but watch this. With the intercept here, coming through Freshia, wonderful angle here from Freshia. Not in the screen at the moment. Maybe you can see her feet, but watch out for Peace Lekuru here. This conversion could be a difference in these such games. And she pushes Freshia all the way out. Look at Freshia, she has to work really hard. Freshia, maybe she could have forced that try back in, but the try was more important. I think that chase by Freshia could also make a difference in this game.
Yeah, indeed. Going into halftime, the hosts, Kenya Lionesses, leading against the Lady Cranes from Uganda, 10-5 in favor of Kenya. Yeah, so we are back for the second half of this second semi-finals. This one is a cross-border rivalry. Stakes are very high. An opportunity to be in the finals.
Just from the naked eye, Toili, I think both coaches have not made any changes this one.
Yeah, I was about to just speak about the power of the bench in this match. It's going to be very crucial.
I think there are not many changes.
Yeah, nice offload there upon receiving it from Lydia Namabiro. And then they quickly put it out wide, attracting defenders in. But the defense just shifting. Oh, Peace Lekuru with a good dummy show and go. Where is the support? Comes in and they retain possession from that track. A bit slow in releasing it, but the referee penalizes Kenya for being offside on that track. And play suddenly trying to go for a set piece move here.
Watch out for Samia Ayikoru on the ball. Samia, she goes all the way up. Make sure the defender is taken out. I think it's a turnover here for Kenya. Now referee says release.
Yeah, Grace Nabagala with a strong carry that they survived the contest on the rack. Now ball out to the flying Lydia Namabiro, but she's bundled into touch. Yeah, assistant referee's flag goes up. Good cross-cover defense there from Maureen Muritu.
I think it was Naomi with that tackle.
It was Naomi, right?
Show some respect to the senior player here, Naomi Amaguni.
Yeah, the vice captain of Lady Cranes, Lydia Namabiro, looks to have her ears pinned, and Grace Okulu now using her feet to get into Uganda's backyard. The chase has to be good here. Janet too quick off the blocks there, opening gaps in Kenya's defense. They might be exposed. They're not careful on this one. Now, strong carry there by Uganda going into contact, recycling it well.
I think they have an overlap here, Uganda.
Peace looking to manipulate Kenya's defense with that inside pass that goes to deck. This is a loose ball that is pounced on by Freshia Odor. She has to do well just to recover this one. Knocks it on as she wanted to get it. Now the pitch is wide open, Oscar.
Yeah, it's open. It's broken play now. It's all broken. I think referee calls it for a scrum by Freshia. She tried to pick it. Could she have kicked it? Maybe just keep going. But the ball, to be fair, bounced rudely, if I can put it that way. I think she was wanting to strike it with her left foot. The ball bounced towards her left. Rather, strike with the right foot. The ball bounced towards her left. Yes. Very, very, very close contest here between Kenya and Uganda. We knew it was going to be this close.
Oh, yeah. Once the draws were out, there was always this possibility that Kenya were going to meet Uganda in the semi-finals. And it has turned out that way. As you see the fans there cheering on, knowing it's a tight encounter here. 5 points the difference. And both teams going hammer-tongs at each other. Territorially, Kenya pinning Uganda in their own half, coming out on a loop around pass. Does she have the pace to outpace Janet Okello? No, she doesn't. Janet puts her onto the deck there. Had the eyesight, had the lining.
I tell you what,
the Cranes player.
No movement from both benches.
Yeah, Susan Adong just tried to take matters into her own hands there.
The Cranes have just made a substitution now. Uganda have made the first move. Agnes Nakuya coming on. I think Grace comes out. Yes, it is Grace Nabagala gets off. Uganda just bringing some fresh legs here. Any response from Kenya? No, nothing at the moment.
Snyder with a throw that is beyond the jumper, and ball goes to deck. Not coming back onside from that tackle. And Muguni penalized for going for that ball. She has to get herself back into play here. They're defending 6 against 7.
Yeah, this looks like an overlap again.
Frasha drawn in against Janiti Nandundu. Oh, Frasha does well to go for man and ball and looks to contest. Referee says that is a rack. Peace Lekuru goes on the shorter side.
Yeah, they have to take off
all the experience there coming to bear.
The power of Peace in that short space is very, very difficult to deal with. I think it was always obvious. There's always an option going out on the outside. With Peace on the ball, they had to watch out. Again, Elijah, I'm going back to the point I made about this wonderful lady earlier on in that try by Freshia, when she pushed Freshia not to get that conversion. And that has come to bear now, because now it's all square with 2 minutes to go.
Freshia had done enough to just secure that in that tackle. But Peace saw the opportunity on the shorter side and just went round the corner, scored on that corner flag. It's all tied, 10-all. See that she peels off to the other side. She's a strong ball carrier. If they need anyone to show up and turn up for them, it's gonna be Peace Lekuru.
The Kenyan bench now moving, the Kenya coach on his feet. No substitutions yet. Uganda go deep. This is the signature Uganda.
Yeah, they trust in their defense, and they'll have to do a lot. Maureen Murutu uses her boot to get Kenya, but not out of their 22 yet.
I think Uganda have the ascendancy here at this particular moment. No substitutions yet from Kenya. They don't think that the team needs any input at the moment, as you're going to get a line out on the 22-meter line.
If you ask me, I would think Naomi Mguni is slowly wearing out in this match. Probably need that change there, though she has the experience, but you need fresh legs. The game gets very tight. Peace Lekuru with an inside pass. Juliet Nandaula and Peace Lekuru going for that grabber kick. Referee says it was okay because the commitment to the tackle was already there. And Kenya Lionesses being hustled out of that rack. They have to steady it before taking it out. Sheila Chajira gets a blow on the head. Referee penalizing Uganda for being offside. Now they have speedsters out there. Snyder elects to put the ball into Uganda's backyard. It's Juliet. Nandaula recovers it. Frasha puts her down. Break in play here, but that space between the set piece. Grace Okulu has to come in to cover it. She does so as it was looked to being exploited.
It's final play. Rugby here. Get on your feet.
It's a fitness encounter here. Naomi Amugune taking matters into her hand. What were we talking about? Experience of the 34-year-old. Wow.
Naomi Amugune, the top try scorer in the Kapiberi Sevens here in the National Sevens circuit.
What a turn of pace, Oscar.
Oh, that was explosive there from Naomi. Using all of her experience to take that opportunity. I think it was the last play there, was it?
Yeah, it was.
No substitutions from the Kenyan coach. He chooses not to use his bench.
Wow, look at that. Just saw the gap and took it. I'm sure the lungs were burning there.
That was lung-buster rugby here from Kenya and Uganda. As we see that try, replay of that try from Naomi Amuguni, gets a hug there for Maureen.
Yeah, really fantastic play there. It's all about grit, it's all about mental strength. Game is tied 10-all, but